Hello, my name is Sherry McCray, and I'm going to take you on a quick tour of my Week 11 programming assignment for front-end software development class. On the right, you'll see the web page. It's for a tic-tac-toe game. It has a restart button at the top right that allows you to restart the game. If you click on the cells of the tic-tac-toe game, it displays the announcement for the winner and gives you updates about whose turn it is at the top here. It also resizes well for different mobile devices. On the left, you'll see the HTML file for the page. We link in the Bootstrap CSS and a little CSS class of our own. We've got a container at the top that contains the page header, the restart button, and an alert that tells you which turn it is, whose turn it is. We use location reload on the on-click event to reload the page and restart the game. In the middle of the page is the grid. Row 1 cells are identified with the class row 1, row 2 is with row 2 class, row 3 with row 3 class. Each cell is starts off with an empty image in it, having class empty, that we will use in the JavaScript to determine whether or not it's a draw. For example, we search for every element on the page with class empty, and if we find none, we know that every one of these images has been replaced and it's a draw. At the bottom, we've got the dialog box elements, and at the bottom, we've got the JavaScript file. Let's take a look at the JavaScript. At the top, we've got a global variable called player X is playing that we toggle back and forth depending on whose turn it is. We've got 3 variables that hold access to elements where we're going to update announcements. This is the alert at the top, and these are components of our modal dialog box. We query for all elements of class with class cell, which gives us all 9 grid elements. And for each cell, we add an event listener on the click event, which does the following. We find out if the class list contains X or O, which means, and if it does not contain X or O, we know that this cell has not been played on and we can continue. If player X is playing, we add an X class to that cell. We replace the image with an X, and we update the alert at the top to let us know that it's now player O's turn. We do the opposite if it's player O's turn. Next, we see if there is a winner. If there is, we replace the HTML and the alert with let's play again, and we create a modal, we display a modal dialog box announcing the winner. If there is no winner, we check to see if it's a draw by selecting for every element of class empty. If we find none, we know that every empty image element has been replaced and that there is indeed a draw, and we make an announcement. At the end, we toggle our player X is playing variable and continue. Our function there is a winner is here. We first decide which class we're going to search for depending on which player just played. If player X is playing, we're going to be searching for class X in the cell elements. We define 3 arrays, one for each row in the grid, and we use that to access individual cell elements, check the class list to see if it contains the class that we're searching for, which in this case would be class X. Here's where we search for rows that have class X. Here's where we search for columns that have class X. And here's where we search for the diagonals that have class X. If none of those are found, we return false. And at the bottom, we define our modal dialog box. Our CSS class, file is very brief. It just holds a few flex box elements for resizing, and that's it.